And people that helped me with that speaking career, I want to acknowledge now. Brad Costanza has taken care of all my marketing and got my speaking brand ready for all of you. So I want to thank Brad Costanza. Brad Costanza Marketing, super solid guy.
One of my favorite people, been a longtime friend, one of the smartest people I know, and that's Brad Costanzo. First of all, he's a badass. I actually bring him in on a lot of deals because he's so smart. So he's actually one of my biggest brain partners when we're working together and partnering. He's going to do an outstanding job for you. I trust him implicitly. He's going to help get you to the next level.
Been out here for 2 days with Brad. We came out here for a 2-day workshop, ultimately to take what I've been doing online for over 10 years, over kind of a reinvention or overlook everything that I've done and give me ideas for taking the hard work that I've done and to move it forward and how to do that effectively. And I can honestly say I came out and got exactly what I expected. Expertise and taking what we've got and going, hey, you've done good. Right, here's where we need some work, here's where we need some work. But he's a true expert. I mean, he's really, really, really good at what he does. I mean, he just knows what he's doing, right?
He was very, very passionate.
Like he got what was important in my business very, very quickly. I would highly recommend, if you're planning on working with Brad, for his expertise, hands down, absolutely. Don't hesitate.
I just got to do a shout out for Brad Costanzo. First of all, this man is an absolute marketing genius, a business consultant that would come in and totally shake shit up in your business because he identifies the slack adjusters. He identifies the key areas in your business that need to be sometimes just slightly tweaked to totally change your business. And I got to tell you, working with Brad all these years and learning all the different things that I've learned from that has just been amazing. I'm absolutely honored to not only get to work with Brad, but get to call him a personal friend. If you get an opportunity to work with Brad, do it.
I'm Kate Buck Jr., and whenever I'm stuck with something, whenever I need some clarity with something, or I need just some help figuring something out in my business, I call Brad. He's like my secret weapon. He has an interesting way of thinking about things that it comes from a combined years of experience and the perspective that he provides, the clarity that sometimes he gives me and a pathway to figuring something out, or even sometimes just a reaffirming and confidence boost that I'm already headed in the right direction and that I know what I'm doing. So if you're considering doing business with Brad, either as a client or a partner, I want to let you know that you're in really good hands.
Chris Arnold here. I'm a real estate broker. I also have an investment company. When I'm stuck and I feel like people are giving me the same ideas and answers around an idea, I call up Brad, and he just has this uncanny ability to look at the world differently. I like to say that he's able to see the other side of the coin that most people do not. And when I come to him for an idea, man, he just brings me something that's original, that's unique, that I know I can't find anywhere else. I don't know how he sees and comes up with what he does, but it's a gift. Just grateful for all the value that he's brought me over the years and the friendship he brings to me as well.
I'm Geeta Nadkarni. I'm the founder of Impact with Influence and Baby. And what is really important with choosing a success partner is somebody who is at the same level as you are energetically. So this is somebody who matches you in terms of your drive, matches you in terms of your vision, your ability to see the big picture, right? So I know Brad is super duper successful. He's a branding specialist and business theorist, and he's worked with some of the people that I most admire, including some of my own mentors like Jesse Itzler and Frank Shamrock and Brian Tracy and people like that. So it's really great. I trust him when he gives me advice, even if I'm resistant to it at first. And that's exactly what happened last week. And I just opened up a whole new way of serving people in my tribe that I was really resisting, because I was like, oh, is it going to be like, is it going to be more work? Is it going to be a distraction? I don't want any more distractions. I really want to pick my lane and keep going. And he showed me how I had created an either or, you know how I feel about duality. And Brad was like, no, dummy, you already have it. It's right in front of your nose. He was able to show me how I could do it immediately. And we've already sold 3 spots. Like, it was the easiest thing in the world in this last week. Just putting that out there. It's brilliant. And what's beautiful about this, and the reason it worked so well, again, is because I trusted Brad. He's very good at what he does. And he's able to see my big vision the way that I am. He really buys my vision for myself.
One of the things I learned early on was that you don't have to figure it all out for yourself. What you have to do is you have to find somebody who's good in one particular area and take their advice. Interview them, listen to them, and take their advice. And suddenly you get their tool. You get a whole lifetime of learning in a conversation. Brad Costanzo is exactly that over and over again. You have to find out what's right for you and what fits you. But learn it from people who've made mistakes. Learn it from people who've failed upwards.
Brad, he came highly recommended to me via a friend who I also very much respect in the industry. And when I sat down with him and really dove into the business and we went through his ideation process, it just completely blew my mind. He literally took me upside down, shook me upside down with everything coming out of my pockets, put all the pieces together, and somehow made sense of it in more of a way than I've ever had make sense of my business, my brand, everything that I'm doing on this planet, and brought all the tangibility to it, the practicality that it had been missing. And there was also some ninja ways of being able to communicate my message moving forward that is just blowing my mind still. I highly recommend Brad. If you had the opportunity to sit down with Brad and go through an ideation session or an intensive jump on it.
It's rare that I come across an individual that has this rare genius and outside the box thinking that Brad possesses. Whenever I come to him with any kind of question, he delivers insights that really help me. If you have the rare opportunity of working with Brad, I highly suggest you take him up on that offer because he is an ace and he will be a multiplier in your business.
Hey, my name is Dr. Anthony G. Beck, and I'm going to direct this straight to you, Brad. You were absolutely transformative in really helping me find my way in a world of noise and confusion out there when it comes to the realms of online or digital marketing and things like that. Just the information and insight that you gave me that was just so effortless. It was almost as if like you knew who I was already and things like that. And I could only think that, man, this is because this guy just has a God-given talent that just allows him to hear just briefly about what a person wants to do in their heart. It was a really cool experience for me. And then, of course, I got an invite to fly out to California and be a part of your mastermind and connecting me to other titans in the industry, and how that was really such a cool experience to see other business people and entrepreneurs of different fields really saying, I now am a physician who actually consults patients all around the world. I don't have a brick and mortar practice anymore. I have a 6-figure monthly income and my overhead is maybe about 5%. And it's all because different people at different times really helped glean me into chasing after the dream that I wanted to. All the way from Napoleon Hill to Tony Robbins to all the greats and stuff like that. Man, you're right up there with those in your own subtle ninja. The things that you've done for me that just made all the difference in the world.
Like, I just want to say there's 2 things about you that impress me. One of them is there's probably only 2 or 3 people I know in this whole entire industry who, when I go to an event and I see them, I'm excited because I know when I talk to them, they're going to be like, hey man, check this out. And give me 3 or 4 like just awesome, cool ideas. And every time I see you, I get excited because I'm like, oh man, Brad's got something for me. I know. And every time we talk, like, I just get cool stuff. And the second reason is because you're one of the few guys I know, like, for example, what you talked about earlier with our landing page. Like, we leave traces of some cool stuff we're doing that we haven't shared yet, and you're the only person who's caught it. And so I just love the fact that you're not only, like, you're just like me, like, you look and you're seeing this stuff and you recognize, like, cool things when they're there, and you jump on them fast. So anyway, I appreciate you.
There's not too many people that I can say thank you to and say directly that helped me to become a multi-millionaire and become financially free. And I would say that you are one of those people.